This is lesson 1 of a series of lessons where I will give a basic explanation of direct illumination, indirect illumination, global illumination, caustics, final gather, subsurface scattering, and the DGS material. I will be using 3D Studio Max 2009 and the Mental Ray rendering engine. In this first lesson, what I'll do is we'll set up a basic test lighting scene. And within that scene, we'll set up one Omni light, a Mental Ray Omni light, and 2 objects within a bigger, larger object which will serve as our room. First, let's set up Mental Ray as our primary renderer. Go up to Rendering at the top of the screen, go down to Render Setup. Under the Common tab, we want to go down to our Assign Render section, which is here. Change it from default Scanline Renderer to Mental Ray Renderer. Go ahead and shrink this because we're going to come back to that in a second. Let's go ahead and create our room. So we're going to use a simple box. We're going to make it a little bit longer than wider. What you're seeing right now is the outside of our box is being lit. We want the inside of our box to be lit so that when we go to light our scene, we can show basic light rays bouncing around. We also want to sort of emulate what an inside of a room would look like. So go ahead and right click on your box. Go down to Convert to, select Edible Poly. Next, we want to go ahead and select all of the faces of our box and flip them. What you're seeing now is the outside of our box became black because the inside of our box is now receiving, or our faces are flipped and is receiving lighting because all of our faces are flipped. What we want to do is we want to be able to see into our box and set up lighting and various objects within our box. Again, we're sort of simulating what a room would look like with lights bouncing around. So go ahead and right click on your box, go down to Object Properties, and check off Backface Color, and hit OK. Now we can see into our box. Another way of doing that is to go up to our tab section, and under Hide by Category, you can hide various objects. If you go down to Display Properties, it's sort of a shortcut to our Object Properties, Display Properties. So now I can check on and off Backface Call through here. It also helps to have all these other display properties sort of handy. So right now our box is, or our room, is sort of this pinkish color or salmon color. Let's go ahead and make this white. It'll help us out a lot later when we're trying to test our various indirect illumination solutions. Now we're going to create 2 different geometric objects within it that are different colors. So I'm going to select a sphere and a box. The colors don't necessarily matter, just make sure they're 2 different colors. Next, go up to our light section, select Mental Ray Area Omni Light. And we're just going to place that position a little bit higher than our scene. When you create that Mental Ray Area Omni Light, what happens is it checks on Final Gather and it adjusts certain parameters that are sort of defaulted with that light. What we want to do is we want to test Final Gather and the various options that are within indirect illumination on our own through the next few lessons. So let's go ahead and set our presets to no Final Gather, no global illumination. And what's nice about Max is it has a series of presets at the bottom down here that allow us to do that. So we want to go ahead and select Mental Ray, no global illumination. And what this is going to do is this is going to default all of these options to off. So when we select that, our Selects Presets box pops up. Go ahead and hit Load. What you'll notice is it checked off all of these options in here, because we're not going to use global illumination or Final Gather for right now. If you go down to Caustics and global illumination, you can see they're all checked off as well. Now when I render it, you're going to be seeing no indirect illumination, just the direct light. So with direct lighting, oftentimes you get harsh shadows, you don't see much bouncing around. In the next lesson, what I'm going to do is I'm going to discuss global illumination. And what that will give us is a little bit more lights bouncing around and such. So again, in the next lesson, which is lesson 2, we'll discuss global illumination.